Okay, so it's live. Yes. Let's see what happens. So hello everyone. Right. My name is Nachos. People call me Nachos. See if it works. Yeah, it's all there. Great. So I'm hoping this is my kind of first stream. So I'm hoping it won't go terribly wrong. Um, I'm gonna try to stream some Path of Exile stuff, which is yay. I've never done this before, a lot or ever. I set up the channel some time ago with the idea of doing some of this stuff, but it never happened. So now, me and my lockdown haircut, are gonna give it a shot. So, um, as I said, my name is Nachos. People call me Nachos, so do whatever. I'm gonna try to do some of this Path of Exile streaming stuff, and the reason why I'm doing this is I'm gonna try to bring a voice to the average player, which seems to be a thing now, and I'm gonna explain what's going on. So, um, I guess I should introduce myself. So I've been playing Path of Exile, as you can see here from my account, before open beta. I was part of the early access group about 2012. So, enough time, I guess. So I can say I do know about it a bit. I'm not in any way, shape, or form an amazing, experienced person. I'm not, haven't just started playing either. So I'm kind of in the middle because over time I've played basically every league. I've played almost, I guess, almost a full level 90 character every league, almost. But I guess I wanted to bring the perspective of the average player into view, because I've not seen this. So I've been trying to find on YouTube, on Twitch, and I've been looking at everyone streaming and all this, and I've been trying to find kind of a good, not a guide. Guide might be a wrong word. A good kind of indication for somebody who doesn't play a lot but still wants to get everything out of the game. So this is what I'm gonna try to do and document kind of my journey from end to end, from beginning to what's going on now. So in preparation for the next league, it's coming next week. I'm gonna start with streaming everything, and I'm gonna try to do a bit of editing after the stream, and whack it on YouTube, so it'll be there for, I guess, posterity. But the main idea is try to document what happens with an average player, because there's a lot of stuff in Path of Exile which is great. It's an amazing game. That's why I've been playing it for 10 years. I'm supporting the developers whatever I can with all sorts of buying points and microtransactions and all of that, which is great because I like my characters looking amazing. But that's a separate story. The idea is that there's a lot of kind of systems in the game, and we'll get to it when we get to it, that are not new player friendly. No, okay, that's wrong. There are new player friendly systems. They're not average player friendly, and this is kind of one of the things that I found out when I was kind of looking all over the internet. So everything on YouTube seems to be either, there you go, I've been playing this for 15 hours a day, here's how you do end game stuff, all this amazing stuff, or the opposite, where here's all this new guide for new players with how everything works in the game. Well, and both of those are amazing, and I've definitely ran through and read through guides over the years, more than I can count on. I remember I'm at work in my lunch breaks, and I'm sitting there with my headphones on my phone, watching a how to play a YouTube guide, how to play Path of Exile YouTube guide, for like the 25th time of the same thing that I've been doing for the last 10 years, and I still don't know anything. Which again, that's not kind of what I'm trying to do here, I guess. I'm just trying to achieve kind of a voice for the middle ground, where I already know this. I already know, most of the stuff about the game, all the systems, how they work. I know all the tools. That's what we're going to do today, is try to plan a build for the new league in Path of Building. I know all the trading stuff. I know how to try to plan a build-ish. Again, not exceptionally amazing. What I want to show is kind of the challenges that an average player gets to, that the player that doesn't have 12 hours a day to play, that only can play maybe a couple of hours a day. In my main hope is that I can get someone to notice and give a voice to the average person, not just people that play way too much or people that play not enough. Just somebody like me, and I bet because I consider myself as an average person, there's at least half of everyone playing that is like me. So for all of us, not just, like I said, not just the top and not just the bottom. So that being said, let's try to do some builds. Now, how I go about these builds is not necessarily a thing. So I was looking around YouTube again, like every player does. You know, as soon as these people that are streaming all the time, and you know, that's their day job. As soon as the new patch notes released, everybody was like, yeah, here's like 40 different new builds for the new league, and here's like 20 videos with 5 different builds in each. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching all that stuff. So I watched some of it, a couple of them, and based on my kind of previous things that I wanted to try in the past, I decided to put together a couple of builds, and yeah, let's see if I can make one that actually works. And what I'm going to show today is exactly this: how an average person that knows a little but not a lot tries to make a build, and most likely will fail miserably. And I'm expecting a lot of people to go, well, no, you don't do it like that. And then I'm expecting a lot of people to go, well, ooh, I didn't know how you could do that. And that's exactly the point, is that's the middle ground of, I'm not the best, but I'm not the worst. So my idea for this new league is I wanted to try something that I thought was fun. So I don't particularly care about being the best and min-maxing everything. I don't particularly care about having, like, you know, the best items, or having a build that's like, you know, that gets me in the end of the content and the first day and that kind of stuff. No, I don't care about that. I just wanted to play a build that I think is fun. So generally what I like to do is have like one main skill that does some cool stuff, and then possibly a secondary one or a triggered secondary skill. And that's kind of what I'm trying to achieve with this. So I basically have 2 things that I want to do, and I'm going to try to explain how I got to this. So the first one is, I'm not sure if you heard of the Soul Rest staff. You've probably seen it before many times. I know I have. Basically, it's one of these uniques. Path of Exile has a lot of that are, I guess, what's called build defining, which is great. So that means that I can basically make a build just using this staff, and almost all the other things are completely irrelevant. So I'm just gonna try to make a build using Soul Rest as the main thing, and then the second one, what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to make a build using Cold Snap, which is another skill that I like, cold base. So because I want to try a bit of this new mechanic that's coming up in the new league that kind of lets everyone sacrifice a portion of their health to get damage reduction, which is, I guess, an extra layer that I was trying to find, and I was missing with all my characters, like another layer of defense that I'm somehow missing. But yeah, you'll see when I start doing my build, you'll see what struggles we have. Anyway, so I'm going to try to do a Soul Rest build, and I'm going to try to do a Cold Snap build. So let's see what happens with that. So obviously Soul Rest is a staff that triggers level Summon Phantasm, which means that every time I consume a corpse, I get this skill being triggered, which is great. And similar with kind of my build that I'm trying to do is I'm obviously going to try to be a Necromancer and see how this goes, because it's the best kind of, I guess, thing for the Soul Rest build. Now, how I approach build making is mainly I try to find a build guide, and I follow the build guide to a point where I get inspiration from it and then transform it into something that seems fun to me. And there's a lot of things in there. So let's try a Necromancer Soul Rest build, Path of Exile. See what we can find. So okay, 313 Phantasm. This is a guide from Angry Role Player. Really good guide. I've seen a couple of his videos in the past. Amazing. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start with see, they have all these sections about early leveling gear. Yeah, I should start with this. And this is a kind of exactly one of the things that one of the whole points of this video, or videos like this that I'm going to try to make, is that this early leveling gear and the end game gear is something that, as an average, I will never get most of these things. Like, I will never ever, as an average player, will never get this. Like, this is a Queen's Hunger 6 linked. I will never get this. Like, this is a devouring diadem. I've never had one of these. I've been playing for 10 years. I've killed Katarina many, many times. Never had the drop. I tried to trade for it. It was way too expensive. Never had more than a couple of exalts in my thing. And that's exactly the point. As Tremendous, I had one of these. I can't say that that's good. But all this stuff is like, look, Grip of the Council, that's fine. But it has a curse elemental, curse on hit, like Vald mod, corrupted mod. Like, I'm never going to get any of these. Stygian Vise, great. Plus resists, never going to get one. I've tried re-rolling it. Anything that I could find is like way too expensive. I can't I can't find anything, any of these items in a budget. And that's kind of exactly the point, is that even the beginning gear might be too expensive. So like the Hope of All is great, but it's like beginning of the league, it's like 1-2 exalts. You know, there's no way that this is happening. And that's exactly the point, is, you know, all these builds have all of these things in it. So I'm going to add a couple of them because they're kind of mandatory. But by the time I actually get to getting these items, it's most likely end of the game. So obviously these being end game. What I mean is it'll be like, you know, 2.5 months into the league by the time you actually get one of these items. And that's kind of the problem. And this is one of the issues I'm trying to resolve with this build that I'm trying to do, is not have items in it that require heavy investment, but still are fun. Because all of these that I can find, especially if I go and let me find the Cold Snap. It's a Cold Snap build. See if I can find the one that I was looking at. Let's say Cold Slinger. No, because this is the other one from the... Yeah, okay, this will do. So let's start with, you know, this Cold Slinger as an example. If I look, and let me see if I can find the items. I don't think I can find the items here. Oh, there you go. Gear and gem links. Yeah, see, this is fine. This unupdatable. Already gone. Like, Chevron's Wrappings never had one. This one will be, yeah, see, there you go. Can have up to 3 crafted modifiers. Never got to the point where I can actually get to 3 crafted modifiers as a mod in the game. So again, I've been playing for 10 years. As an average player, I still consider myself an average player. I'm never able to get this. And this is considered like starting gear, you know, moderate. There you go. It's like cheap. Okay, let's go with cheap. Let's see what we have here. So this is fine, but 5 linked incandescent heart, I probably could get away with this. Again, 3 crafted mods. Like, how is this cheap? Like, trigger a socketed spell. Great, cheers. That's not gonna happen. This is probably okay. This one I've had, Aegis Aurora, is actually pretty good. This is probably okay. Let's see how it goes. Rainbow Stride, yeah, sure. Anyway, so the idea still remains that some of these things are just ridiculous. So let's start with the Soul Wrist build, I guess, and we'll do this is a Cold Slinger. It's not quite what I have in mind. I'm just trying to do see, again, this is kind of a Cold Snap Vortex. I don't want to do Vortex. I just want to do like just Cold Snap as the main skill. Actually, probably I'll do Vortex because I guess it goes well together. Let's see how it goes. So let's start with which one should I start with? Let's do Soul Rest because it's kind of a thing. So I guess the whole main idea is the Soul Rest staff. So I'm going to use that. Whack that in here. As you know, with the Soul Rest, again, you might not know, but as you know, with Soul Rest staffs, you don't actually have to have them syncs linked, and a 6 socket one is actually pretty cheap to come by. So I do agree with this as a actual thing that you could get. And the gems in them are pretty standard. So you have the Summon Phantasm, which works really well because what the Soul Rest stuff is, every time you consume a corpse, it basically summons Phantasm, but you can also add another Summon Phantasm support. So when your Phantasms kill enemies, you then summon more Phantasms, and you're actually just getting a lot of Phantasms, which is great. Then you have see, there you go, Awakened multiple projectiles. Okay, great, but I'm not going to be, I never had, not even once, never had an Awakened gem, so I'm just going to say multiple projectiles. Greater multiple projectiles instead of the Awakened one, because there's no way that I can get an Awakened one. That's not going to happen. Let's see how this goes. Awakened minion damage. Yeah, all right. Again, nope. Minion damage. Not awakened. I can do quality 20, I guess. If the amount of, I don't think you'll even make any difference to the amount of damage, but sure, let's do that. So, awakened added fire damage. Okay, added fire damage. Let's do that. Control destruction. Right, so this is a control destruction and minion speed. Okay. And get faster minions. So I'm just gonna make all of these quality 20 in the hopes that I could get quality 21s because they're not very and socket them in the stuff so they actually apply to the summon phantasm skill, which is great. So that's all well and good. Now, soul rest is good. We have our main skill of summoning phantasm. Let's see what else they have in here. So this is empower, minion damage, raise specter in a Queen's Hunger. So Queen's Hunger is actually pretty good. It's pretty easy to come by, but not in a 6-link form. So I'm gonna say let's do a Queen's Hunger as an item that goes in here. But I won't be able to do any 6-link form. So I agree with raising specters as a skill. So let's add some of this in here. So I'm gonna socket it in my body armor, raise specter, and let's see what else we have here. See, awaken now. Melee physical damage. Great. Empower. I'm never gonna get a level 4 empower. I'm not even gonna try. Multi-strike. So I'm gonna leave out empower. I'm gonna put in multi-strike, minion damage. See, it's already like a quarter of whatever this. If I compare it with the path of building, and I will compare it at the end, so you see what I mean. It will be like a quarter of what they say it is. So I don't know how this happens. Anyway, so let's do, what is this? Predator support? Sure, let's do predator support. Let's try to be as accurate as possible. Now, the devouring diadem. So I'm gonna add a devouring diadem, even though I've never. I don't even know. I've never actually had one, even bought one. And definitely won't be able to get one that has like an implicit of bone offering. That's just ridiculous. So I'm just gonna leave it like that, and add, I guess, the hatred and summoning skitterbots, and probably they're using purity of elements as an aura. So I don't want to do that, and that's one of the changes that I'm gonna make. Let's do generosity. Let's see where it goes. Generosity with, no, I don't want generosity. I'm gonna do hatred. That's probably a good one. But let's see. Actually, I'll leave the auras for last. Let's see how it goes. Astramentis. So they're making up the stats with Astramentis. Okay, maybe I'll pass on that. Rings, pretty standard. Grip of the Council. Now, I don't know if we can be able to fit in Grip of the Council at all. And obviously we won't be able to get a Stygian Vice at all. So I'm going to leave everything as rares. So I'm just going to keep these as Devouring Diadem. Obviously the whole point of the Devouring Diadem is to have kind of mana reservation and triggering Feast of Flesh to consume corpses. So it's kind of a loop automatically, which is great. You have Eldritch Battery, so you don't have to worry about mana regeneration, which is also good. I want to say maybe, because I'm going to try to do cold damage as a thing, because I quite like cold damage, and especially the freeze mechanic. So let's see what happens. So I'm gonna do hatred. I want to say purity of elements, maybe, but again, this is a maybe. Hatred. What I will need is probably something to help with the physical damage. I'll do a summon skitterbots, always good. Let's see how it works. And yeah, they have Desecrate, they have Dash, Movement Skill, Phase Run, Stormbrand. They're doing Frost Bombs. Again, this is like 5 skills with buttons. That's probably not going to happen. And they're doing Summon Carrion Golem, which is probably what we're going to add in the thing. So let's add the rest of the items and try to do the passive skill tree. So with items, I'm not going to worry about things too much. Let's actually compare against their path of building. So where's the path of building in here? Video build guide. Let's see how it goes. Is this even, I'm just trying to check if it's still broadcasting. Everyone here? No? I have one viewer. Yeah, it's probably me. Okay, so spoiler, filter path of building. from paste bin. Let's do a new one. Path of building. Open up a new one. So we have a comparison. So I'm going to import to build from paste bin, import. Okay. So skill 3, pretty much what I thought it was. All of this stuff goes straight in here. Yeah, straight to some life. But see, look, I'm not even gonna try. So all of this stuff in here, all of these stats, like total life 6,000, that's never gonna happen. Look at this stuff. This is not even with the flasks on. I'm the taste of hate. I'm never gonna get that. You know, this is just ridiculous. All these jewels that probably never gonna get that. Thread of hope. Yeah, all right. Let's see what we can get. So, with skills, generally speaking, what I guess happens is they're gonna get all the minion nodes, which I wouldn't. Yeah, this one here, this one here. Yeah, so let's try to do something similar. Mainly around. I guess they're trying to connect with a trying to connect with increase their starting space for this. Does it do anything? Does it have any? No, I don't think it's just for the life. I was thinking maybe they're using the one that increases, but I don't think it does because it's connected to the starter area. But no, I don't think it does. So basically, just life and minion damage is generally what I thought it would be. So as a path of building, let's do that. So minion, let's find some minion stuff. Let's go through here. All this minion stuff is great. Question is, do we care about this? I don't know. This is obviously amazing. Maximum life I don't want, because it's all for maximum life. Just these life nodes here. Yeah, let's get the life nodes. Jewels, I'll leave that to the end. Go down here for some life and mana. Yeah, that makes sense. Going up in here also fine. All of these minion nodes are amazingly useful. Yeah, I agree. This is where you need to be. All of these in here get some chaos resistance. Great. These ones are new. See, it still increased damage, but I don't see why I wouldn't take these. Since they have like maximum number of specters, and I don't see why you wouldn't take this. Here you would. That's fine. Yeah. I'm going down, taking some minions, additional life in here. See, there you go. They didn't take this. Like, makes sense anyway. And we need to go down here, take all this life. I wouldn't take life regen, just take this jewel. I always take these 2 jewels. See what we can put in there. Some minion stuff. Wants to go down here for this life node here, but maybe we'll move it over there in a bit, I think. Let's see what happens. So we need all this stuff. Increases and reductions to minion damage. No, we don't really care about that, do we? Makes no difference, does it? So I'm just gonna add some in here, add some in here. Power charge when you block in building a staff. Actually, that's a good idea. Let's do some staff block instead of adding more life on this stuff. So with this, that's probably one of the things that I wanted to change anyway, but I'm just going to move it from here. Staves, critical strike. No, I don't want. Attack speed, accuracy rating, don't care. So what I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do block for the rest, because I don't want to go down this area, because I think these are just like wasted nodes. The dexterity one is good, but I'll probably have to take one in here to avoid the Astromantis, because you need a lot of dexterity. So let's see, maybe we'll have to do a dexterity node here as well. Maximum life. So let's try to do some block. Let's try to do some stuff block as an extra layer of defense, because this one is in. I don't want this one, but I do want here. It says elemental damage, accuracy rating. No. No. Critical strike chance. No, I don't want this. No. This is good. All these nodes here. You get a chance to block because we have a staff. All this stuff here is fine. And I think that's all we have. So what we have? Block chance, spell block chance. So let's add some spell block. I think I might just go and do a glancing blows. Yeah, so we're doing some glancing blows. I think that might be a good. Let's do chance to block attack. Don't need more than this, do we? No, don't need, because that's even. That's about right. 74, 34. Let's add some spell block chance. It'll double that. So one of the items that I'm gonna add in here will have spell block chance, and will probably need to be, I guess, gloves or boots. So let's do some of that. So boots, what do we have? Rainbow Stride. Yeah, let's do some Rainbow Stride. And I think that's what they did as well on here. No, they didn't do Rainbow Stride, which is really strange. But I guess you probably have other stuff in here. And I wanted to do, let's see what else. How can we increase the chance to spell block? Dusk Blight, no. Nice pause. No, it doesn't really provide anything. Replica Stampede. Or the Stampede, that's not really. That's probably what all we're gonna get. And the gloves as well. I don't think we're even gonna get anything. Might we have the Amulet? We really only need spell block. But we can't really replace anything. So I think these will have to do. I give some extra mana, which is great. Increased energy shield, elemental resistances, and movement speed. So all of these are great. Whether or not we can actually get them at the end, I don't know. Well, let's see how it goes. What else can we get from here? Maybe we can get some helmet instead. No. Let's see what else we can get. Also do a pledge of hands. No. I can do block, but you know, there's a lot like the anvil and stuff. Yeah, the anvil, but this is just gives me extra chance to block. It doesn't actually give me spell block because we're not. I was actually also thinking about a Slayer, but let's see. Maybe I'll do the Slayer one next. So let's stick with Rainbow Stride. I got 44% spell block, almost maxed out. 74 block chance, movement speed. Great. We have some elemental defenses here. Great, so I think we're gonna whack on everything else, the missing dexterity. So because we kind of connected in here, we could connect up here 1, 2, but we're missing out on the extra dexterity, which we actually could use, and then we don't need a lot of extra stuff. So that's always a plus. Let's see if we can get some more life whacked in. Always good idea to have more life. Nobody stops you. This is just minion life. Do I have the increases and reductions to? No, it's just attack speed. I was thinking maybe I'll whack this. Doesn't hurt. Increase damage when I have a summon golem. Yeah, because we'll have a summon golem. And the increase of buffs by golems as well. So I'll do some golem damage as well, which is excellent. And I don't care about curses that much. Power charges, not a lot. Could use some extra dexterity, but I'll find some items. This is some life regeneration. I don't care about that too much. And how much life do we have? 189 from 3. It's okay, I probably can live with that. Let's see what else we can use from here. I don't think there's anything else we can use. Increased armor. Don't care about this. Fire damage over time. No. In an ideal world, I would go like further down. But how many points do we have? See, it's already level 93. Again, I don't even think I'm gonna possibly not even able to reach 93, so maybe I'll even take this region out. We do need to travel here, but see already now this is already too big of a travel path, so I'm just gonna replace all of this. And now all of a sudden it's 86, which is yay. So that's a lot better. There's some tree optimization here. Mind over matter. Yeah, let's whack on some mind over matter, see what happens. We don't want to do minions explode. I did actually really cool minion instability builds some years ago. I think when they introduced that Infernal Legion skill gem, that was pretty good. It exploded everything as soon as basically I had the staff. I don't see if I can find the build as well. I had the staff and then I had the Infernal Legion, and it doubled up the amount of fire damage they were taking and reduced their resistances, and you basically just summon them and they explode almost instantly. And because they had like a really high life, because all the percentage of the burns are like a percentage of life rather than a fixed amount, so they had like really high life skeletons, and as soon as I summoned them, they just went poof. It was actually pretty good. I went to level 90 with that, I think. But until then, these are just strengthening them. But again, I'm not sure if it's worth it. See how it goes. Okay, so this should be fine for now. 87 is a reasonable level that I can expect to achieve. Anything else is basically a plus. I wouldn't expect to be able to. I would just go down kind of maybe more dexterity, but anyway. Okay, so let's see what else they have. All these rings, all the other items as well. Let me just check this one. How is this going? Yeah, this is fine. So all these other items here I no longer need. Now these are just pluses and amazing, so I don't even think I can do any of this. This is curse on hit. Yeah, probably not. So let's make a build that doesn't have that. So I'm gonna add life on boots. Let's do some. What do I need? I have pretty good strength. Don't have a lot of dexterity, so I'm gonna try to do some dexterity on the thing and see what other things we can find. So the main idea of this, I want to do a cold build. See if I can do some cool like conversions here as well. But I think I'll have pretty good kind of pretty good stuff, pretty good kind of defenses at the end, and you'll see what I mean. So I should actually mention one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to add the cyclone as a support skill. So in essence, I'm going to try to do a cyclone, and then I'm going to try to trigger a skill that triggers another skill without triggering another skill, because you can't trigger double trigger in the game. So I'm going to try to trigger a skill, and that skill will then consume the corpse, and that consummation of corpse will then trigger another skill that will actually summon the phantasm. So basically the Soul stuff triggers summon phantasm when you consume a corpse. Now the devouring diadem will consume corpses by doing increase the flesh every 5 seconds, but we actually need corpses when there's no corpses around. So I think these builds as well will have something like, yeah, see, desecrate summons corpses. So what I'm going to do is, because this is a spell, I'm going to do a cast when channeling desecrate, but at the same time I'm going to add a life on hit. So I'm going to try to use cyclone. Maybe I'm not even going to use it, but this is the idea, is to kind of use cyclone as a kind of a 6 link on top somehow. Maybe using one of these boots or gloves that have like extra couple of skills, which again are probably impossible to find, but try to use Cyclone as a support skill. So basically you're cycloning around, you're casting Desecrate. As soon as you kind of cyclone around, and as soon as if you actually hit enemies, you're getting, you know, life on hit or something similar, something that basically empowers you, maybe getting Fortify. That probably is the best thing to do. So let's see how that goes. So let's do a simple one, and then we'll see if we can do an advanced one. So with Cyclone, I'm gonna do cast while channeling, and Desecrate. It's already probably destroying my dexterity. No, it's 111, so that's fine. Cyclone, so I'll have cast no channeling, then I'll have Desecrate, and then I'll have Fortify. So that gives me a bit of extra, this one here. What I'm also gonna do is I'll do a cast no damage taken standard setup of Immortal Call. Even though I have actually that might not be needed, because I just realized that I haven't put in points in here. So with this, the new Necromancer Ascendancy, it's gonna be great, but it's also gonna be meh. So we kind of have to go into one of these ones to give you extra level to minion skill gems, but I guess this one is the best way to go, and this is kind of one of the things that I'm trying to figure out, is which way to do it. I would like to have this as a bone armor, because it's extra physical resistance and the bone armor itself, but I also want, you know, to have like all of these other ones from auras, for example. It's really, this is probably the most difficult decision for me, is trying to figure out which are the best kind of options, and gives you the most defense. I like to build the defense ones, but let's see. I might have to go offense on this one. The nodes that we have here are basically more or less, you kind of have to take one of these, and probably this one, I guess. I'm not sure. So this one, if I consume the corpse, I get 30% increased area of effect. But I don't really have any nearby corpses, because I'm kind of consuming all of them. So I don't think this is the best one to go for. The offerings affecting me, I'm not even going to use a lot of offerings, so I might just pass. I might get this one, because I'm gonna have an aura, so it just gives me damage increase and elemental resistance, which I kind of need. This is why I said maybe I don't. I'm not necessarily going to worry about kind of that for now, because in the devouring diadem you get kind of reduction of your mana reservation. So I have like 15% unreserved, and I have 3 auras on, but I have hatred, gives me extra cold damage, elemental resistances, which, you know, add a lot in here, and I have some skitterball. So I might even like turn this off, because if I turn this on, it gives me like 25%. It almost caps me out, and I don't need any other items. So let's see how this goes. So I might turn this off, and then I have unreserved. Why is it not reducing my mana? Is the question. I need more mana. Hatred. Oh, socketed in. This is what I was doing wrong. Socketed in the helmet. So now, there we go, 32%. So I have hatred, summer skitterbots. Pretty much should be it. Might even do a curse. I might do a curse as an aura if I have to. So this is definitely the one to go. Let's take some inspiration on the ascendancy here. Let's see what they've went to. Where's the path of building? The other path of building. So in the tree, yeah, it's pretty much what I thought it would be. This one in here, level of minion skill gem, which is pretty standard, and he took the consume the corpse to give extra AOE for you know, and 10 more damage. A question is, I don't know. I don't think this is worth it. Because, you know, nearby enemies give you damage reduction. But let's see what we can play around, because we're having some other things that they don't have in this build. So let's change this around. So it's pretty standard. I don't think we're gonna have a lot of nearby corpses, so there's no point in doing this. It regenerates energy shield. It would be great if we went CI, but I'm not going to go CI, I don't think. That's another thing that I was looking at and saying maybe I'll go CI, but no. Because I want to use the new skill that basically halves my life. So let's see how that goes. So yeah, +2 is basic standards. That's 1, 2, and 3. And for the last one, I still say maybe bone armor. It gives me physical damage reduction, life and energy shield, recovery, and maximum life for the minions. But the bone armor is really what I want because it kind of keeps me all the time as a shield, really. So I would rather be more defenses. I know this is like 10% reduced damage, and this is one of the things where min-maxers go, oh yeah, well this is, it's like 2% better if you're like adding extra 40 things, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's not gonna happen. So I think this is a good thing to go to have the bone barrier. Let's see how it goes. So I'm gonna add the bone armor will be what I would do a custom damage taken setup. So what I'm gonna try to do here is when I actually do take damage, I'm gonna try to trigger one of these other effects. So because in the soul rest stuff, if I consume the corpse recently, I get life regenerated. They do, mana regeneration rate. Plus I have the devouring diadem, which triggers feast of flesh. I'm not sure if you know what that is, but let's find it here and I'll show you devouring. So this is actually pretty good. Obviously Eldritch Battery, I'll explain that as well. I was trying to find the Feast of Flesh, where I don't think it says, oh yeah, there you go, this is where it is. So Feast of Flesh consumes corpses, gains 400 life, 200 mana, 400 energy shield, and I can't cast it and it just does it automatically. So basically this consumes all the corpses. Almost all the time it'll consume all the corpses, so I'm not even going to try to worry about it. And it does Eldritch Battery, which kind of removes, this is what I was a bit, I don't know if I should do this or this, because this is kind of gives me mana regeneration rate, which I don't really need. But because I have Eldritch Battery, I can do Mind Over Matter, which actually, I don't care about mana. I can reserve my mana fully, and it'll take both life and energy shield into consideration when, even though I have an Eldritch Battery, it'll still take a piece of it from Mind Over Matter. Now, I could be wrong, and I think I have to look on a couple of forums and see if this applies. Let's see, I'm with Eldritch, and there'll be a lot of yeah, see, there's a lot of forums. Yeah, okay, to resolve la. But yeah, this is exactly the idea. Is you do Mind Over Matter and Eldritch Battery. So in essence, because you're taking 30% of damage, you're just using up your energy shield. You're using 30% of your energy shield for damage instead of just using normal energy shield because of this, even though it's classified as mana. So you're just kind of using energy shield to cast skills, but we're not really casting anything. We have like the what even is the cost of Cyclone? I don't even know to cast. Cost 3 mana because we actually have this that reduces the mana cost. So it costs like 3 energy shield a second. But Eldritch Battery, which is here, one thing that could be useful is this one actually here, which is, where is it? Where's the energy? This one, Wicked Ward, not interrupted by damage. I'm not even sure if it comes in here, because I know there was one not in there. No, I think this is just this Wicked Ward. So I was thinking maybe I'll take this one as a thing, because I get less regeneration rate, but it takes me to the this one. It gives me the, actually that pushes me to 91. Let's see. So it just doesn't get interrupted by damage, which is amazing. And I was actually thinking if I get extra to just bump up some energy shield. I just increased spell damage. I don't think I need this, do I? See how it goes. Maybe I'll just keep the energy shield one. Just trying to see, but I see I'm using too many points going in here, and I still want to use a couple of golems as well, because I get some extra buffs from there. So maybe this one increases it a bit, but I'm not sure if it's good enough. Let's see, I'm not sure about this one. But anyway, so I'm going to use Mind Over Matter with this Wicked Ward. It'll take me to 90. Let's see how it goes. And that should be okay. Now, because this has both, this gives me energy shield from Queen's Hunger. Devouring Diadem gives me energy shield. Soul Rest. Rainbow Stride gives me energy shield. Basically, there's a lot of energy shield in here. But I just have life is increased. This is why I said maybe it would have been a thing to go CI. Actually, it would have been maybe even easier, but I would have not been able to get to this block part here. Seems to be it. So let's just stay in the middle, see what happens. So because of that, I'm gonna do some armor and energy shield boots. I have an increased armor here. I have low evasion rating, but it won't really do anything because I don't really have a lot of physical damage reduction. We're gonna sort that out with the golem or two. But until then, let's add some of these armor and energy shield boots. So I'm just gonna add, see, this one gives me maximum life of tier, whatever this is, tier 4. Yeah, tier 5 seems about right. Armor and energy shield, tier 5 on both. And I'm just gonna add resist. I'm gonna do fire, cold, and lightning. So I'm just gonna add that. And these are some boots. Oh, sorry, and I forgot I had the Rainbow Stride. Let's try gloves. And do the same. Let's see what we have here. Tier 3, tier 5, tier 5, fire, cold, lightning. So I'm gonna add these gloves to the build. Just gives me some of these resistances. Now Amulet. Let's see if I can find anything that's a good minion amulet. So I have these ones for golems, I don't care. I have this one, which is actually pretty good, because it just deals additional cold damage. But I don't even know if it's any point in doing it. Otherwise, it's not very good. However, if I try to find some corpse stuff in here, see, Cinder Swallow, I had one of these once. It was 5 exalts. I just found it. I dropped it. That's it. I'm never going to be able to buy it. I have this one in here, but it's, I don't even know how it goes. Yeah. Yes, it's live. I'm live. Yeah. So I'm gonna stop now because I'm getting asked if I'm doing this for longer. So this is it. And that's actually the point of what I wanted to show, is that I basically get half. By the end of the week, I should be able to finish one build. So let's see how that goes. Well, yeah, hopefully this was entertaining. And yeah, that's kind of the average player. I did this for an hour and now I have to stop because I sadly have other things to do. But yeah, thank you for watching. And yeah, let's continue this tomorrow. I'm gonna save this. Cool. Bye.